Okay, hi everybody. I'm going to do a quick video on a wireless inspection camera. And this one's got a color LCD screen on it. This is the actual camera here. It's like a little gun. And there's your LCD screen. And it was actually given to me by another 300 owner, Ultra 300X, for helping them. And obviously this here, this bends. I'll just hold it here. This is kind of a stiff... you can bend it to whatever shape you want. Let's get back and get a good view of it. And this is the actual camera, and it's got a light on it as well. I'll turn the light on, and it's quite bright. You can let's see if you can see it. Yeah, okay. So there's the light. Works really well. It's got 4 AA batteries that go in the handle here. And then the LCD screen charges, you just plug it in, and that's how that works. And actually the screen is detachable. So uses, well, lots of uses. You can use it around the house, look underneath a refrigerator, go inside a pipe, use it in your RV, your boat, your jet ski. I'm going to focus a little bit on this Ultra 300 supercharged jet ski here. For going in corners and places you can't see. So anyways, it's got tons of uses. This one also comes with, you can attach a mirror on the end of it, on the end of the piece here. You may need a mirror. It's got some other handy little devices. It's got a magnet, so you can clip your magnet on the end there so you can see with your camera. And you're obviously up here looking in here, and you put the flexible wire in, and it's got a magnet on it. And what else does it have? It's got a hook as well. I've only used it once. I've just played around a little bit. So all these attachments go on the end of it. So obviously you have your camera, and you can feed your wire in where you want it. And you're looking here at the gun end at your LCD screen. And you can retrieve items, so it's very handy. Talking about jet skis or PWCs, whatever you want to call them. I know Kawasaki has the name jet ski, and I think it's registered, but I'll just call them PWCs. Kawasaki makes an Ultra 310, and anybody that's familiar with Kawasaki knows that some of the 310s have had a piston problem. This is a 300. And no, it will not on a 300 anyways. If a 310 has the same size spark plug, it will not go into the cylinder. Not this brand anyways. You might be able to find a brand that has a head on it where the camera is that is ultra small, and maybe it will. So, but here's in proportion. This is my spark plug. I presume the 310 Ultra uses the same spark plug. This particular unit will not go into the cylinder. It's obviously too big. But wouldn't that be great if you could get a smaller camera head and it could go in the cylinder, and these guys with Ultra 310s could troubleshoot their own skis by going in. But anyways, let's talk about a few uses for this camera in regards to an Ultra PWC. Well, you could... if you suspect your intercooler, first of all, I've taken the seat mount off here. It's over there. Anyways, there's a seat mount here. There's 4 bolts. Well, what could you do? You could do a lot of things. You could inspect your intercooler, the intake side. You could take this orange hose off and put your camera in and look to see if it's got that milky, cheesy-like substance on the cooling fins inside the intercooler. So you could stick your camera in there and angle it kind of in this on a turn. You could look in there. You could look at the outlet side on your intercooler. You could pull this hose off, put the camera in there and look in there. You don't need to... I know some guys use mirrors, but this is one way to do it. You could take the bottom hose off near the throttle body. You could look that way if you suspect that cheesy, milky buildup has gone that way into your engine. You could look that way. Unfortunately, you can't look into your exhaust filter unless somebody's come up with an idea. Maybe a person could tap into here and put a bronze fitting and look in that way. But anyways, right now, as far as I can see, you could pull the bottom hose off and put the camera up and check out your exhaust fitting that way. But by the time you went through that, you may just want to pull this off to check your exhaust fitting. I can't think of a way to get that camera in there easily yet. But I think you could. I think you could tap into this if you took it off and put in a fitting. But anyways, what else could you do? You could take off the outlet hose, this orange hose, on your supercharger, and snake your camera in to the left and look at the lobes, screws, whatever you want to call them, in that twin vortices supercharger, that Eaton supercharger. You could check that out. So you could do that. What else could you do? Well, lots of things. You could go into the air box from the front, and we'll do that. Maybe we'll do a test with that and just show you how it works. You could go in, you could undo this hose here and go this way towards the supercharger and look that way, and there's your supercharger down there. Obviously that's the oil end there, that's where your gears are, and that's where the air comes in that way. So you could look in there. You could go underneath your motor here with your camera again and look at your oil cooler, the clamps on it. If you're riding in salt water, they could be rusty. I know one of the guys talked about that. You could do that. What else could you do? Yeah, anyways, back here. So just general stuff. You could look at your supercharger pulley. I have a screwdriver. Hang on, because some guys aren't familiar with all these parts. And it's easy to name names, but so let's get a shot here. That's your supercharger pulley. If you've been riding in salt water and not rinsing it well, you could come in the back side with your camera and see if it's got holes starting in it, if it's rusting, in other words. You could put your camera down this way, inspect your supercharger bolts, make sure they're all tight. You could do that. Let's go up front of the ski. I mean, the uses for this camera really are endless. There's lots of tricks. And so, what could you do up here? I've just taken this off to show you. You could go down your vent tubes and see and check the integrity of those. I know mine, I checked my ski after 10 hours, they're split and cracked, and I kind of tried to stick some epoxy down there. I think you can see it, you see? And my back one's just split. Anyways, what could you do here? Well, you could go into your air box there. You can just barely see it here. You could stick the camera down there and see if that screen's getting dirty. Lots of things. You know, you could stick it in here, look around, check out things. It's quite endless. So, anyways, that's an inspection camera. They work well. I'm quite impressed with it. So right now I'm going to stick the camera. I'm going to put it down. You're going to look at the ceiling for a second here, and I'll get the camera fired up. And we'll see if we can actually show you something. So hang on. Rod's getting something going here. See, we'll go down these tubes. That might be easier. Oh, I kind of put myself in a bad position here. Anyways, everybody's still there. Let's see. What I've done is I've stuck it down one of the inspection tubes, or one of the air tubes. And yeah, I'm sorry, but well, I can get a bit of a reading. I've got the light on here, so we'll check the integrity of it. There. So this is the air intake tube, and it looks okay. Fortunately, I can't give you a great picture. This one looks okay. So it gives you an idea. You can stick this camera wherever you want and inspect what you want. It's very handy. I think it cost them about $150 or something, but whatever you do, if you can get one that is super smaller, with a smaller camera head than this spark plug, I would get one, because it would be nice to stick it down a cylinder if need be, just as an option. And like I say, the possibilities for this camera are endless. Not just a jet ski, it could be a boat, RV, car, you know, like underneath your refrigerator, behind a cabinet, whatever. It's really endless, and it's a real handy piece. So anyways, that's today's tip from Rod. Hope that helps.